The war in Ukraine has entered a dangerous new phase. The conflict, which has already caused immense suffering and destruction, is now witnessing an alarming escalation that could have far-reaching consequences. The stakes have never been higher, and the world is watching with growing concern. Russia has deployed an intercontinental ballistic missile, or ICBM, in the conflict. This move is not just a show of force, it represents a significant shift in the dynamics of the war. The deployment of such a powerful weapon in an active conflict zone is unprecedented and raises the specter of a much broader and more devastating confrontation. This unprecedented move is a significant escalation. It signals a willingness to use extreme measures to achieve strategic objectives, and it has sent shockwaves through the international community. The use of an ICBM in this context is a clear message that the conflict is entering a new and more dangerous phase. It signals a chilling shift in Russia's strategy. The decision to deploy an ICBM suggests that Russia is prepared to escalate the conflict to a level that was previously unthinkable. This shift in strategy could have profound implications for the future of the war and for global security. The attack targeted the city of Dnipro. This city, which has already suffered greatly during the conflict, is now facing even greater devastation. The use of such a powerful weapon in a populated area is a stark reminder of the human cost of this war. The Ukrainian Air Force confirmed the launch on November 21, 2024. This confirmation has added to the sense of urgency and has prompted calls for a swift and decisive response from the international community. The missile was launched from Russia's Astrakhan region. This region, known for its military installations, has now become a focal point in the conflict. The launch site is a stark reminder of the military capabilities that are being brought to bear in this war. The specific type of ICBM used remains unknown. This lack of information adds to the uncertainty and fear surrounding the escalation. The mystery of the weapon's capabilities and potential impact is a source of great concern for both military analysts and civilians alike. This attack marks the first use of an ICBM in active warfare. This historical moment is a grim milestone in the conflict, highlighting the lengths to which the parties involved are willing to go. The use of such a weapon sets a dangerous precedent and raises questions about the future conduct of the war. It is a deeply concerning development. The deployment of an ICBM has heightened fears and anxieties among civilians and military personnel alike. The potential for further escalation and the devastating consequences that could follow are on everyone's minds. The international community is watching closely. Global leaders are convening emergency meetings to discuss the implications of this escalation and to formulate a response. The United Nations has called for an urgent session to address the situation and to explore possible avenues for de-escalation. The consequences of further escalation could be catastrophic. The use of an ICBM in the conflict has raised the stakes to an unprecedented level. The potential for widespread destruction and loss of life is a sobering reality that the world must confront. The world waits with bated breath. The uncertainty and tension are palpable as everyone watches to see what will happen next. The decisions made in the coming days and weeks will be critical in determining the future course of the conflict. Will this attack be a turning point in the war? The use of an ICBM could mark a significant shift in the conflict, potentially altering the balance of power and the strategies of the parties involved. This moment could be a decisive one in the history of the war. Will it lead to further escalation? The deployment of such a powerful weapon raises the possibility of an even more intense and destructive phase of the conflict. The world is watching to see if this escalation will continue or if there will be efforts to de-escalate the situation. Or will cooler heads prevail? There is still hope that diplomacy and negotiation can bring an end to the conflict. The international community is urging all parties to come to the table and seek a peaceful resolution. The answers to these questions will have profound implications for global security. The outcome of this conflict will shape the future of international relations and could have lasting effects on global stability. The world is watching, and the stakes could not be higher. The ICBM attack was not unprovoked. It came after Ukraine launched strikes deep within Russian territory. Ukraine used US-supplied ATACMS and British Storm Shadow missiles. These strikes targeted key infrastructure and military assets. Russia had warned of severe consequences for such attacks. The Kremlin viewed them as a direct threat to its security. The ICBM launch appears to be Russia's response. It is a clear message to Ukraine and its Western allies. The attack has been met with international condemnation. Many countries have called for restraint. They fear further escalation could lead to a wider conflict. The situation is extremely volatile. The use of an ICBM raises serious questions. What are Russia's long-term objectives? Is the Kremlin willing to risk a full-scale war with NATO? These are questions that keep world leaders up at night. Intercontinental ballistic missiles are the most powerful weapons ever created. They can travel thousands of kilometers. They can carry nuclear warheads. Their destructive power is unimaginable. ICBMs were developed during the Cold War. They were seen as the ultimate deterrent. The threat of mutually assured destruction kept the peace between the superpowers. The use of an ICBM was unthinkable until now. Russia's decision to use an ICBM in Ukraine has shattered a long-held taboo. It has raised the specter of nuclear war. It has shaken the foundations of global security. The world thought it had moved beyond this. It thought the threat of nuclear annihilation was a relic of the past. Russia's actions have brought those fears back to the forefront. The world is once again confronted with its own mortality. Section 4. The RS-26, Rubezh, blurring the lines. The RS-26 Rubezh is a missile that has been at the center of many discussions and debates in recent years. Its capabilities and the implications of its use have made it a focal point in the conversation about modern warfare and international security. The ICBM used in the attack is believed to be an RS-26 Rubezh. This intercontinental ballistic missile is known for its advanced technology and formidable power. It represents a significant leap in missile technology, combining speed, precision, and versatility in a single weapon system. This missile is particularly dangerous. Its ability to be launched quickly and its destructive potential make it a formidable tool in any military arsenal. The RS-26 Rubezh is not just another missile, it is a symbol of modern military might and technological advancement. It can carry both conventional and nuclear warheads, which makes it difficult to determine Russia's intentions. This dual capability adds a layer of complexity to the geopolitical landscape as it blurs the lines between conventional and nuclear warfare. The uncertainties surrounding its payload can lead to heightened tensions and miscalculations. The RS-26 is a relatively new weapon. Its introduction into the military arsenal has changed the dynamics of global security. Nations around the world are now forced to reconsider their defense strategies and the potential threats they face. It was first deployed in 2014. Since then, it has been a key component of Russia's strategic forces. The deployment of the RS-26 marked a significant moment in military history, showcasing Russia's advancements in missile technology and its commitment to maintaining a powerful and modern military. It is designed to evade missile defenses. This capability makes it particularly challenging for adversaries to counter. The RS-26's ability to maneuver and avoid detection ensures that it can reach its target with high precision, making it a highly effective weapon in modern warfare. Its range and accuracy make it a significant threat. The RS-26 can strike targets at great distances with remarkable precision, making it a versatile and powerful tool in any military operation. Its long-range capabilities mean that it can be launched from a safe distance, reducing the risk to the launching forces. The use of the RS-26 raises concerns about escalation. The deployment of such a powerful weapon can lead to an arms race, as other nations may feel compelled to develop similar capabilities to maintain a balance of power. This escalation can increase the risk of conflict and make the world a more dangerous place. Is Russia sending a message about its willingness to use nuclear weapons? The deployment of the RS-26 can be seen as a signal to the world about Russia's military capabilities and its readiness to use them if necessary. This message can have a profound impact on international relations and the global balance of power, or is it simply trying to intimidate its adversaries? The presence of such a powerful weapon can serve as a deterrent, discouraging potential adversaries from taking aggressive actions. However, this intimidation can also lead to increased tensions and a higher risk of conflict. The line between conventional and nuclear warfare is becoming increasingly blurred. The dual capability of the RS-26 makes it difficult to distinguish between a conventional and a nuclear attack, leading to uncertainty and potential miscalculations. This blurring of lines can have serious consequences for global security. This is a dangerous trend. The increasing complexity of modern weapons and the blurring of lines between different types of warfare can lead to misunderstandings and unintended consequences. The world is becoming a more unpredictable and volatile place. It increases the risk of miscalculation and unintended consequences. The presence of powerful and versatile weapons like the RS-26 can lead to mistakes and misjudgments, potentially resulting in catastrophic outcomes. The stakes are higher than ever, and the need for clear communication and understanding is paramount. The world needs to find a way to restore clear boundaries. In order to ensure global security and stability, it is essential to establish clear distinctions between different types of warfare and to develop mechanisms for preventing escalation. Diplomacy and international cooperation are key to achieving this goal and ensuring a safer future for all. Section 5. Echoes of the Cold War. The current situation has eerie echoes of the Cold War. The world is once again divided into two camps, reminiscent of the ideological and geopolitical struggle that defined much of the 20th century. The tension between the Western Bloc, led by the United States, and the Eastern Bloc, led by the Soviet Union, created a global atmosphere of suspicion and fear. Tensions are high, and the risk of conflict is real. During the Cold War, the world came perilously close to nuclear war on several occasions. The arms race saw both superpowers amassing vast arsenals of nuclear weapons, each capable of annihilating the other many times over. The doctrine of mutually assured destruction or MAD was a grim reality that kept both sides in check. The Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962 was a stark reminder of the stakes. For 13 days, the world held its breath as the United States and the Soviet Union stood on the brink of nuclear war. Cooler heads prevailed then, with President John F. Kennedy and Premier Nikita Khrushchev reaching a tense but crucial agreement to dismantle the missile sites in Cuba. However, there are no guarantees today that such a crisis would end peacefully. The world has learned from the mistakes of the past. There are international treaties in place to prevent nuclear proliferation, such as the Treaty on the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons, NPT, and various arms control agreements like the Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty, START. These treaties have been instrumental in reducing the number of nuclear weapons and promoting disarmament, but these treaties are only as good as the countries that abide by them. The world needs to draw on the lessons of the Cold War. The importance of diplomacy, communication, and mutual understanding cannot be overstated. The Cold War taught us that even in the darkest times, dialogue and negotiation are essential tools for preventing conflict. It needs to find a way to manage the current crisis. It needs to prevent a catastrophic conflict. The stakes are just as high today as they were during the Cold War. The international community must work together to de-escalate tensions, promote peace, and ensure that history does not repeat itself. The echoes of the Cold War serve as a powerful reminder of the fragility of peace and the importance of vigilance in maintaining it.